Hi, this is Ariane. This is Truth Be Told. I have a few items that I recently got at the Christian bookstore in town, and I wanted to go through them and share them, and also ask if you are familiar with any of these. So I'm not sure I have ever heard of the prayer map, and I thought this was cute. They had different topics. So this one is when you don't know what to pray. And I wanted to do a study and a few videos about how to pray. And I thought this would be fun to go through. There is only one thing that I have against this book thus far. And it is the different Bible versions that they have chosen to use. I am a King James reader, studier, and the more I study Hebrew and Greek, the more I have come to recognize that the King James is the most accurate. However, if someone prefers a certain Bible modern version, a modern version, just use that one. If you prefer the amplification, then just use that one. If you prefer the NLT, oh, convenient, just use the NLT. So the fact that these people, I don't even know who they are, let's check, Barber Publishing, just choose one instead of 15, just make a decision. Anyway, so if you have ever used this, please let me know what you think of it. Honestly, when I don't know what to pray, I pray in the Spirit, but I understand that's a whole other topic. Okay, moving on. The next one, are we in? 100, 100 Bible Questions and Answers by Alex McFarland and Bert Harper. Answers to dozens of Bible questions and issues, in-depth responses to objections frequently raised by skeptics, and inspiring truths, historical facts, and practical insights. I am not familiar with this book at all, so let's just randomly open this up. Why did Satan want the body of Moses? Excellent question. Why did he? Why did God strike Ananias and Sapphira dead? I think if you guys know, that's in the book of Acts, right? Part of it is that they've lied. Oh, does the Bible say it is an abomination for men to have long hair? Don't know if it says abomination, but it does say that men should not be effeminate. Anyway, whole other topic. Anyways, if you guys have any questions that you want to go over and study, let's see if this has it, and then let's study it. Why not? Right? Are you all familiar with these two men? I don't even know who they are. Never heard of them. All right, The Vanishing Evangelical, Saving the Church from Its Own Success. That's interesting. Are we talking about the really big churches that, you know, the tattoo, funny hair, skinny jean church people? Are we talking about them? Okay, because they're not biblical. Just throwing that out there. By Restoring What Really Matters. Yes! This is by Calvin Miller. My little sticker here is covering Miller. Let's randomly open this up. The Decline of Value in Arts and Entertainment. Okay, that'll be interesting to see what it is discussing. Short-term missions and absentee compassion. Interesting. The heart of this kind of protest must be laid at the radical end of Calvinism. Just a caveat, I want you all to know, I am not a specific denomination because there are no denominations in Bible. However, I am also not non-denominational. I just want to clarify that. What does this say? I used to tell my students that the arts and the Bible are both on the same side. What arts are they talking about? Okay, I'm already getting red flags being raised. On the same side, and in a way, they are about the same things. They are both about life. They are both about worldviews. Consider Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin. It wasn't just a story meant to distract us. It painted a picture of the horrors of slavery. Yeah, it was also propaganda. But, yeah. If you've read it, you know. If you haven't read it, I suggest reading it. It is a good book. It is a good story. It's not what people think it is. Anyway, so yeah, I hopefully none of these books are a mistake. And speaking of mistakes, do you all know about the Bible recap? And do you all know Tara Lee Cobble? I apparently live in a cave. I do not follow these pop cultural Christians. That being said, I was a little scared when the lady at the Christian store told me that this is very, very popular, because that immediately gives me pause. I am not interested in cultural Christianity. However, I thought, well, this is the Gospel of John, though, and I really like the book of John. Let's give it a go. Let's try it. So are you all familiar? Are you all familiar with the podcast? Am I the only one that lives in a cave? It's okay if I am. I don't care. Anyway, I love the book of John. And I'm not even sure, yeah, my Bible is kind of buried underneath a whole bunch of other books, so I'm not going to pull it out. But if I were to show what my book, the book of John, looks like in my Bible, it is very much marked up, which is a good topic for a different video. Someone has told me that they don't like people who color in their Bible. Do you all color in your Bible? Let me know. Okay, and this is my newer Bible, because I have my study Bible I have been studying out of for about 3 years, I think, and it's falling apart. So I need a new Bible. And can I just say, it's very challenging for me to find the Bible that I am looking for. I am pretty particular. I'm not a total fan of the texture of this. Is kind of strange, and it's also a hardcover. However, when I opened it, it laid flat, and I was almost completely sold. And I thought, okay, let's actually look through this and see if this is something I can study out of. So, a few things that are different. This right here, I normally don't use the thumb for the pages, the thumb markers. I forget what they're called. And also, there aren't any. The verses that connect with each other are not listed. So, I'm not sure how this is going to work. I might not be able to study out of this one. Oh, this is funny, birth control. Okay, we'll take, just in case people get triggered. This might just be a reading Bible and not a study Bible. I might have to go online and buy myself another study Bible. I have to have the King James Bible. I have to have the red lettering. I, like I said, normally don't get the thumb index, and this is the first time I have ever bought a hard cover. However, like I said, how do you beat that? It lays so flat. So There might be some new information in it, you know, for instance, the occult information extraordinary manipulation. Is that in, babe? I will be doing a video in the future about feminism and how it is destroying culture, as far, especially for Christian women, women who are putting too much emphasis on women teachers claiming to be Christian, but they are actually cultural Christians. They're not biblically accurate, and it is leading Christian women into occultism. So that's a whole other video, though. I will be discussing that later. Let's see, the end pages are pretty cool. Okay, well, so that's what I have so far. I'm going to be doing a separate video of the Armor of God video. Oh yeah, I did also get these, but that's for another Bible. So anyway, thank you very much for visiting. If you are familiar with any of this, any of the books, any of the authors that I mentioned, please leave a comment down below. Also, let me know what you would like to study. Thanks. Bye.